Good Friday evening, Rebel fans, and welcome to another Rich High Rebel football pregame show, sponsored by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Today, the Rebels take on the Milford Tigers down here in Milford, Utah. Kickoff is scheduled for another, it's about 40 minutes from now as we move into our pregame show brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. Auto Farm Chevrolet has been serving Rich County residents for generations. We'll hear from them and We'll hear from them, and then we'll set the scene for tonight's game on this presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, where the Rich Rebels will be taking on the Milford Tigers here down in Milford, Utah. Our scene set today is brought to you by J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation projects. Call J-Bar Excavation at 435-793-5855. Today, the Milford Tigers are your home team, so we'll begin by giving you a little insight as to who they are and who the Rich Rebels will be playing tonight. Milford comes in this year ranked second overall in 1A Division football, and coming off a loss last week against Duchesne, 13-32. Milford in that game had 3 fumbles that were recovered by the opposing Duchesne Eagles, and caused them a little bit of an issue in terms of offensive production. Hence the 13-32 loss. Quarterback Bo Hardy versus Duchesne last week went 15 for 24 for 149. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions as well. A couple costly turnovers causing the Milford Tigers to stumble a little bit in their season opener against the Duchesne Eagles. Both Blake Barnes and Quade Thompson of the Milford Tigers leading the way in tackles and defense. Both captains for their team on the defensive side of the ball. We'll hear more about them as we interview Coach Thane Marshall of the Milford Tigers later on in this program. Milford High School still looking to replace superstar from Milford High, Bryson Barnes. Bryson Barnes, of course, the 2017-2018 Mid-Utah Radio Offensive Player in the Year and Overall Football Player of the Year. 3-time first-team All-State and 2018 League MVP. Back-to-back titles he led the Tigers back in 17 and 18. And each of these teams now looking forward to the season and to start off on the right foot, especially Duchesne after beating Milford. Milford coming off 0-1 into this game here. 0-1 on the season, losing to Duchesne last week. Picked second by the Deseret News overall in the 1A division. Milford looks to right the ship against their home opener against the Rich Rebels. Milford has become a perpetual powerhouse lately in the 1A division and is an early season favorite to defend the southern portion region of 1A in the state finals. Moving on to Rich High School now. Coming in with an all-time school record of 213 wins and 159 losses over a 35-year span. Rich High School now, coming off of a couple region championships in this last little while, as recently as 2014, a state championship as well as a region championship, 35 playoff appearances, and an overall state championship record of 6-7. We're going to hear a little bit more about the Rich Rebels as we interview Coach Justin Grohl later on in this program. Some good insight from him, an absolute honor to pick his brain and to tell us a little bit more about the Rebels coming into this season. Rich High School, this is their season opener, and they are looking now to find their first season opening win since August 26th of 2016 when they beat Montpelier, Idaho in a defensive matchup 2-0 as we get a little bit of a flyover now as a helicopter comes over. Rich High School looking to right the ship as well, as their past seasons have been a little bit rough in the 2019 season, going 0-9, winning one game last season, 2-8 in 2018, and 2016 was their last year for a winning record, going 3-1 in the 1A North Division, 6-5 overall. As we look a little bit into the Rich Rebels, we're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors and tell you that you're tuned into the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital pregame coaches show coming up soon. But this is the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. And this has been your J-Bar Excavation scene set. A little bit of an insight now as to each of these teams and the profile, the personality of each one of these teams coming in now for Milford, their second game of the year, and Rich High School, their first one. You're tuned in now, and we'll come back. We're going to visit with a Rich High alumni, as of course, as a portion of a Where Are They Now segment. I got to visit with Tyson Larson, and you're listening to Rich Rebel Radio on KADQ 98.3 FM with live video coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, now to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. This segment of the pregame show is always an absolute treat for me, especially Cody Olsen now, the new voice of the Rich High Rebels. I was able to get a chance to meet with a couple alumni, more specifically Tyler Larson of Rich High School. A special thanks to Mound Valley Cattle Company out of Thatcher, Idaho. Eddie and Todd Jensen always wishing the Rebels good luck in all they do. Eddie and Todd make this segment possible as I caught up with alumni Tyler Johnson, who graduated in 2010. When we come back, we'll talk with Tyler and on this broadcast of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Welcome again, Rich Rebel fans, to another segment here that you already know about, the Where Are They Now segment, sponsored by Mound Valley Cattle Company. I was able to catch up here with Tyson Larson, Rich High alumni, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here and interview him. And before we begin, I just want to thank Tyson to meet with me, take time to just talk to us a little bit about Rich High and what you mean. Thank you so much, Tyson, for meeting with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Larson, what year did you graduate from Rich High School?
I graduated in 2010.
2010, perfect.
So, it seems like just yesterday, but it's a long time ago. Kids make sure to let me know that.
Kids like to remind me how old I am, too, and they like to tease everybody quite a bit, so it's good. Tyler, what was your vision of where you would go after Rich High School graduation compared to what you're doing right now? What was your vision after Rich High School?
You know, if I'm totally honest, I wasn't sure right out of high school. I always thought the teaching occupation would be a fun career path, just because my family, my mother and father, were both in that career, and I had a lot of good examples. So I always thought that was fun, but I wasn't sure that was what was going to happen. And it turns out I've been teaching now for 5 years, and it's definitely what I love. It's definitely my passion. So I'm glad it all worked out.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you teach at Rich High School, and you also do a little bit of coaching, correct?
Yep. Yeah. So and the high school is actually new this year. It's actually, I kind of get I get to double dip a little bit. It's kind of the best of both worlds. I've been at the middle school for the last 3 years, and I'm now starting to where I'm now half day at the high school and half day at the middle school. So this way I'll get to follow some of the kids from middle school into high school, and I get to have the best of both worlds.
I would say both the middle school and the high school, they're just fantastic kids. Some of the kids have to travel a little ways to go to middle school from Randolph, correct?
Yep. Yeah, and from Woodruff, actually. There's some of those kids that are getting on the bus before the Laketown kids are even waking up in the morning. So, yeah, they travel a long ways.
Education's incredibly important. Why don't you go ahead? What do you teach academically for the school district?
So, like I said, this year has changed, and I think for the better, because it's all in what I majored in. It's all in my background. So I'm now teaching the 9th grade math at the high school, and then I have another class where I'll help out some other courses. But so mainly doing 9th grade math, and then I have the 7th and 8th grade math at the middle school, which is what I've done the past few years as well. And I failed to answer earlier, I also get to help coach. So the last few years I've just coached at the junior high. This year I'm excited because I also was invited to help coach with the wrestling team as well over here. So I do the junior high. I'm an assistant at the junior high football, and I run the junior high wrestling program, and I'm fortunate to help out with the high school wrestling program this coming year. So,
as someone that doesn't know a whole lot about wrestling, I'm glad that we have you to kind of help these kids out. What does it take for you to really get invested into Rich High and be a part of so many things? What is it about Rich High School that wants to make you just be a part of all these different programs?
I think it's just the kids. I would say I obviously love the community, and I love the school. It was amazing to grow up here, have tons of people to look up to and tons of people I learned from. And even more than that, I feel like that's what I've quickly learned being in the profession. I definitely love being around the students and being around the kids. It's kind of rejuvenating, and it's really fun to be with them. So really, I think that's why that probably what helps with my passion, is it helps me want to be around kids more and try to help them have some of the joy that I had, and hopefully more. That's obviously the goal, that they are better than what we had, but I think it's just that. I think just fun kids. They can't go wrong.
Well, I'm sure those kids are incredibly grateful to have a teacher and a coach like you that cares so much about them. One thing that I want to go back on, I failed to ask you where you found where you studied higher education after Rich High School.
So I went right to Utah State, and funny story, and the kids always are funny about it, because the minute they see Utah State, they think I was a true blue Aggie, and they'll start bagging on the Cougars. I was actually a BYU fan all growing up, planned on going to BYU, and it just made a lot more sense to go to Utah State. So I'm now an Aggie, went to Utah State, graduated there, and then I continued some education through WGU on an online program after I got my bachelor's, but that was after I'd even started teaching. So, and I didn't start teaching in this district. I was really fortunate that an opening came. I wasn't sure if there was ever going to be an opening because in my background, a lot of the teachers in the background are fairly in the middle of their careers as well. So I did never plan on coming back as soon as I was fortunate to. I started out in the Duchesne County School District at Altamont High School, and then was able to jump on board here.
Well, it's an honor to interview a fellow Aggie myself. I'm graduating from Utah State, and Mr. Larson, one more thing before you head out. My last question before you leave before this interview was, what does it mean to you to truly be a rebel?
It's a good question. I would say, and something I feel like that I try to focus on a lot with the teams that I am able to influence and impact. I think one of the biggest principles that I try to help them with is just a hard work attitude, a hard work, no complaining attitude. And I think and then we've talked about that in some of our staff meetings as well, talking about this upcoming year, just trying to help kids realize that control what you can control. Life's going to bring a lot of things at you that you can't control, and you can sit and complain about them, or you can take the bull by the horns and fix what you can control. And yes, sometimes things don't go your way, but you got to just get down and get to work and try to fix what you can. If not, let it go and do better the next time. I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned, and that I would love to see the kids that I'm around. I think that's a huge principle that will help anyone in life, and especially them, just realizing that they can make anything happen. They don't have to have the perfect circumstances in life to achieve greatness.
Perfect. Tyler, thank you so very much for your time, and thank you everybody for listening to this segment of Where Are They Now? We'll come back to you. You've been listening to My Local Radio and KADQ 98.3 FM at myrebelfootball.com.
Thank you so very much to Tyler Larson, as this segment we call Where Are They Now has been brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck in all they do. Coming up next on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, we'll visit with opposing coach Thane Marshall, head coach of the Milford Tigers. And this has been Rich Rebel Football at 98.3 FM and coverage locally online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rebel fans, to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Auto Farm Chevrolet serving Rich County residents for generations. I was able to meet with Coach Thane Marshall of the Milford Tigers, and my interview with him was fantastic. This interview brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Mount Pillier, the most caring hospital on earth.
All right, I would love to introduce onto the coaches show here, Coach Thane Marshall. Coach Marshall is 56-26 in his 8th season at Milford, has brought an absolute fantastic winning mentality to his program here, and I am honored to introduce him onto our coaches show today. That first thing that I'm going to mention is about that winning mentality that you've brought. What has contributed to your football program to make Milford such a powerhouse in the half-decade or so since you've been coach?
Well, I had a teacher in college, and when I first got this job, he called me, and Dr. Steve Lunt, he's passed away now, and he told me, he said, the best thing you can do is go in the halls of the school and recruit the kids that aren't playing football and get them out there. And we did that, and we went from, they had 13 kids finish the season the year before I took over. And we went to 23 the first year, and after that we've had 30 ever since. And it's just a matter of now they have to compete for a position. And so we start competing about the first part of June all summer long for a position. And Milford has always had great athletes. They just have, and all I did is brought a coaching staff in that believed in the kids and let them know that we believed in them. And they started believing in us. And, it's just kind of been a roller coaster ride. They actually hired me and a volleyball coach at the same time, Candy Lako Kessler now, it just the whole mentality of the school changed around at that time, and it just seems like losing's not an option anymore. It used to be easy in Milford, but it's not an option anymore.
Something that you just mentioned there, are you a big proponent for multi-sport athletes on your football program?
Absolutely. I try to get my kids to do every other sport. I got a couple of them that just do football, and it drives me crazy because they can help the other programs, and so I try to get them to do every sport they can. And this last year we actually give them the whole month of June off because we figured they needed a break, and hopefully it comes back to help us somewhere along the line towards the end of the season.
Absolutely. And multi-sport athletes are very common in smaller schools, and I guess a shared quality of both Rich High School, who you're playing on Friday tonight, and Milford High School is the importance of athletics and football in the community. What does it mean for the town of Milford that their high school is back out onto the field playing with fans in the stands?
Our fans are I would put our fans up against anybody's in the state of Utah. Sometimes they get a little too rowdy, but you know what? I'd rather have that than have them sit back on their hands and do nothing. We have a great fan base, and it's not only at home games. We have a very good traveling bunch of fans that follow us on the road, and they love to have football, and this world needs to have more. We got to get back to somewhat of a normal deal and be able to associate with people and get out and talk. And last year was terrible all the way around. It had a bad effect on communities and high school kids and everybody around. It just seems like this year there's just an aura that hasn't been there for a while because of we've been locked down for so long, and now everybody's, let's go do it.
Coach, absolutely having people and coaches back and just fans in the stands brings a different atmosphere. And coming into this season, Coach, we have absolutely no doubt about the standard of excellence that you have for your kids in this program. After dropping a really tough game against an absolutely tough opponent in Duchesne, what kind of things are you expecting to change execution-wise this week up against Rich?
Well, for one thing, we got to be physical because I told the kids after the ball game, and you say things after when in the heat of the moment, but I still feel this way. I was so embarrassed that my kids didn't come out and hit the other day, that they weren't physical. That is one thing that we have brought to Milford ever since we've been there, is the physicality. Even if we got beat, the teams knew that they had played a game, and played the game right. I don't like kids to go out there and not play their hardest and not play at full ability and not hit nobody. That game with us and Duchesne, I don't think there was any woo-woo hits, You know what I'm talking about? When you just hear the pads hit and you see the sweat and stuff fall off, either side. And I'm sure Coach Cowan probably says the same thing, that there was no big hits on that game. And we got to get back to basics and get back to doing the things that we do right.
Absolutely. Coach, from my understanding, you started quite a few underclassmen in the year 2020. Coming into this year, you were selected by the Deseret News to finish. You were ranked second overall in 1A in football. Just an absolute powerhouse. But with that being said, what strikes you different about this year's team compared to last year's team?
Well, this year's team, we're experienced, and I think they actually were thinking too much the other day. And we changed up the defenses this year. We went back to a 4 instead of a 3. And the kids are just getting used to being there. And we actually we have more team speed this year than we had last year. We'll never ever have another kid that's as fast as Brett Beebe. He could just burn. But but for a team, the team speed all together, we're probably faster, and we got to start. We need to utilize that a lot more than what we did against Duchesne.
Coach, last question here from me. Let's talk a little bit about some of your key players, specifically Quade Thompson. After leading the team in tackles with 14 last week, what kind of role does Quade play in your defense?
Quade's the leader on defense. He steps up, and you think being a middle linebacker, he's this big dude, but he's I think he wrestles at 145 or something. He's a 2-time state champion, and he's only a junior. He's the real deal. He's tough as they come, and he's going to stick his head in there, and he's going to tackle, and no matter who you are, he's going to come up and hit you. And watching game film this weekend, he was double teamed and triple teamed against Duchesne, and he still had 14 tackles. So we got to get more productive out of everybody else. We moved Blake Barnes down to the other inside linebacker, and he was, it was his first game at linebacker, so we'll give him a break on that one. But he was coming under blocked instead of. He's just got to do a little bit more reading and then fill the hole afterwards, and offensively, we got to get Bo concentrating on the snap. And our center actually strained his MCL against Duchesne, so it might be interesting to see what we're moving. Tonight we're having tryouts for a new center, so we're going to see. Hopefully, we can get the snap to the quarterback, because you don't do much offensively if you can't get the snap to the quarterback.
It all starts there, right, Coach?
It all starts there, yep.
Coach, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on Rich Rebel Radio here with me on 98.3 at mylocalradio.com, and absolutely wish you the best of luck tonight as you face the Rich Rebels.
Thank you. We'll need it.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much to Coach Thane Marshall. And you're tuned into the Bear Lake Memorial Pregame Coaches Show on the Chevrolet Auto Farm Pregame Show. When we come back, we'll talk with Coach Justin Grohl, head coach of the Rich Rebels, right here on 98.3 FM, online coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Welcome back, and we're about 10 minutes away, about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Our pregame coaches show has been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. And we'll go ahead and go into our interview with Coach Grohl.
Welcome again, Rich Rebel fans. I'd like to introduce a name and a face that we've known for quite a while, Coach Justin Grohl. Justin Grohl here has been the coach for the Rich Rebels for the past couple years, and I am absolutely honored to be able to interview him previous to this game against the Milford Tigers here. Coach Grohl, thanks again for coming in and talking with me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, no problem. Coach Grohl, there's so many things that I want to pick your brain about, but I don't want to take up too much of your time, hardly at all. I just want to go ahead and highlight a little bit about this year, how important and essential it is for a town such as Randolph, Rich County, to have something like Rich Rebel football on the map and getting ready to go. Let's start off a little bit with, what does Rich Rebel athletics, specifically the football program, mean to the community of Randolph here?
That's always been a good tradition. We've had a winning tradition and it's been a big name in 1A sports, and we're trying to get that back. Sometimes you ride the wave with classes. Some classes you have a lot of participation and a lot of talent, and others you don't, and you try to really ride the wave, and so the town is looking to get that back. They're expecting that. The community's expecting us to get back to where we used to be. One of the leaders and one of the top in the 1A sports.
Rich Rebel football has a wide history of being dominant in 1A football, and from the 90s, a couple state championships. As recent as 2014, another state championship. What kind of coaching philosophy do you want to instill in these kids mentality-wise to make the year 2021 fall football different for Rich Rebel football?
I want them to persevere. I think that's kind of our theme this year is perseverance. That they can do the hard things and they have to persevere to the very end. And if they will and just try to the very end, things happen in life and on the football field, and things will happen good for you.
Perseverance is absolutely key. I know that it's a key to life and in football. Coach Grohl, we have an upcoming game here against the Milford Tigers, ranked second by the Deseret News in all of 1A, just dropped a game against Duchesne. What kind of mentality do you have in trying to help these kids come out and understand that any game is winnable?
We've been preaching for several years that you just have to go from whistle to whistle until that last buzzer play. If you'll go all out, things are going to happen really well for you. We've been working hard in the last few weeks. The kids have showed up. They're working hard. They've got a good attitude and they're trying. And so we just got to carry that through and make sure that we try to the very end and not give up. That's one. We don't want to hang our heads and say, same old thing's going to happen to us. But that perseverance that we want to instill with them.
Coach Grohl, that's fantastic. I've been told from a little birdie that you've added a couple kids onto your team. You have a little bit of added depth onto your roster. Can you tell me, I guess, a few names that's going to come to mind that I'm going to be calling out multiple times a game? Maybe some of your stars that you're very excited for. Maybe leaders on the team. Can you describe them?
I've got a pretty good senior class. There's not a lot of them. There's 8 of them, and they're really good. We have moved our quarterback from here, and he's going to play kind of a receiver back position this year. He will be playing some as a quarterback, and so we moved him around. We've got Riker Conk back as our fullback. We've got the starting line basically. James McKinnon has started since he was a freshman, so he's going to be a four-year starter, and that we've got added some. We've got the rest of them have played the last 2 years and started. So we've got some pretty good ones up front. We've got some pretty good ones in the back, and that's what we're looking for.
Coach Grohl, thanks so much for meeting. I have one last question for you before we start off this game and before we leave here. What do you want to do to make 2021 different than previous years of Rich Rebel football?
Well, I want us to get back to the way we were. It's even in school. Our theme is the Rebel Way, which we used to be leaders in everything, and that's what we want to get back. That's our whole thing. Persevere and get back to the old Rebel Way.
The Rebel Way, we're excited to look forward to it against the Milford Tigers today on Friday, the 20th. Coach Grohl, thanks so much for your time. We look forward. Best of luck and the best of success we wish for you. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, and go Rebels.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we just barely got done with the national anthem. Welcome back to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. The Green Scene is brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. As we begin here with the Green Scene, I put partly cloudy, and I guess you have a few clouds out there a little bit. Perfect weather here. It's going to be about 70 degrees out here in Milford, Utah, as the Rebels take on the Tigers. Wonderful atmosphere, wonderful fans. It's football season, and it can't possibly be better than this. We'd like to thank Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in Garden City for sponsoring today's Green Scene. We're about minutes away from kickoff, and when we return, we'll look back at the last time these two teams met. Rich Rebel Football is on the radio at 98.3 FM, The Wildlife, and at mylocalradio.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Rebel fans, it is football time as our teams line up here for the coin toss to see who will get the ball. We'd like to go ahead now and move into the Laketown ledger here. All-time record between these two opponents. Rich leads the all-time record against Milford, 12-5. Last met on September 14th, 2018 at Rich High School. Milford won that round 44-7. Milford quarterback Bryson Barnes, All-American, committed to Utah at this moment, threw 5 touchdowns, and ran in for another to lead Milford past Rich. As we get
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about...
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Now, as Milford will be receiving the opening kickoff here, leaving Rich with the option to take the ball in the second half. We're moments away. We're so grateful for the Laketown Ledger here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, serving all the residents of Rich County. As the opening kickoff is underway here. Sponsored by the town of Woodruff. Opening kickoff is high and in the middle of the field, fielded at the 20-yard line by Bryson Barnes. Barnes takes the ball right up the right hash. He's going to cut across the 50. 50-yard line, he's going to make a move all the way down to the 40. Left hash, 30, 20, 25, 10. Here we go. Touchdown for Milford on the opening kickoff here. Kick fielded on this opening kickoff by Milford is going to let Blake Barnes, senior linebacker of Milford, take it to the house as Milford takes it up 6-0 on the Rich Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Opening kickoff taken by the Milford Tigers by Barnes, number 8. Leading to 6 points here in the first quarter. Kick is up and high and good by Milford. 7-0 is your score after the opening kickoff. The Milford Tigers are up. We're going to keep it here. 11:46 left in the first quarter. After taking that opening kickoff here, Barnes of the Milford Tigers was able to take it to the house after fielding it from about the 25-yard line. Blake Barnes, a senior, able to make one move, cut across the 50, and then cut up the field near the near side, all the way down the sideline for the touchdown on the opening kickoff. That will lead Rich now to receive, to see what their offense or perhaps their kick return team, their kick return team can do. That kickoff, opening kickoff. Thank you. We'd also go ahead and go over the keys of the game. It was a really quick start here as Milford able to take the ball all the way. Epic Recreation keys to the game. Number 1 for Rich in order to pull this to go. Number 1, disrupting passing lanes. Milford is going to run a spread air attack offense. If there's any way that Rich can disguise some of their schemes and disrupt those passing games, they're allowing anything to make it hard for quarterback Bo Hardy and to change momentum of the game is going to allow Rich to have a little bit of favor for them as they move closer into this first quarter. Little squib kick up on the right side. They're going to be fielded right out there. They're going to fall right at the ball, right at the 28-yard line as we move into the next keys of the game. Here, number 2, pressure quarterback Bo Hardy. As I said before, the spread offense of Milford is going to gain yards. They're going to look down the field, and if you keep giving Bo Hardy that time to find an open man, he's going to make you pay. Any way that they can get up the middle and cause a little bit of disruption, get in the face of quarterback Bo Hardy, is going to be beneficial for Rich, as Rich now lines up at the right hash near side, 29-yard line. Quarterback under center. He's going to take it and hand off right up the middle. Up the gut he goes. He's going to get stood up after a gain of 1 yard. After 1 yard, 1 yard gain now. It's going to be 2nd and 9 coming up for the Rich Rebels.
Tiger line.
Second and 9 coming up for the Rich Rebels. 30-yard line. He's going to get the snap and roll. He's going to do a little shovel pass here. He's going to be snuffed out and taken down for a loss of 1. Loss of 1. Quarterback here, Hunter Pace, starting for the Rich Rebels. He's going to flick, do a little shovel pass to junior Trey Walker, running back number 3, 5'11", 140, as third down now with about 10:40 left in the first quarter. 3rd and 10 on the near hash, 29-yard line. Gets the snap. Hunter Pace sets in the pocket, throws out to the flat. One-handed catch. He's going to get a block down the sideline, tiptoeing. He's going to gain about 15 yards on that little flip pass to the into the flat by Bo. First down. Very important. First down throw by quarterback Hunter Pace. He's going to find his man, Riker Conk.
First down for the
left
Rebels.
side flat. At the 45-yard line now. That's going to be an LSR refrigerated first down, thanks to Darren, Tisha, and the entire Wallentine family. First down, 45-yard line, 1st and 10. He's going to hand off right up the middle. He's going to dance, fall forward, gets met by a man after gaining about 3 yards. Right up the gut, he's going to hand off to Riker Conk. Riker Conk, previous to that run, catching that little pass out to the flat. 2nd down and 7 at the 48-yard line. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Hunter Pace in shotgun. Splits wide receivers to either side. He's going to hand off up the middle. He's going to dance around and get swallowed up after the handoff kind of went awry. It's going to lose about 3 yards for 3rd and 10 now at the 45-yard line of the Rich Rebels. Third and 10 on the far hash now, the 44-yard line. 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter here. Rich Rebels on offense. Quarterback Hunter Pace under center. 1 wide receiver far to his left, 3 to his right. 1 running back behind him. He's going to get the snap and roll out to his right for his life. He's going to cut up the field and get sacked, taken down for a loss by the Milford defense. That's number 51, Spencer Slade of Milford, taking down quarterback Hunter Pace for about a 7-yard loss. 4th down now and long coming up for the Rich Rebels. 7-0 is your score on the Station on Main scoreboard. First quarter here. Riley Carrillo back to punt. Snap is high, but taken. It's going to be a high punt far to the far side of the field. It's going to take a Milford bounce, but is rallied in there at the 45-yard line of Milford. That's where Milford's offense will take the field for the first time. Quarterback Bo Hardy and the Milford offense and their spread air attack offense we'll be seeing for the first time today. Quarterback Bo Hardy now. 3 wide receivers to the near side, one wide receiver to the far side. Gets the snap. Hands off up the middle. Barnes is going to take, maybe roll off one defender to the right on the right hash there. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage, maybe. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Milford Tigers at the 45-yard line with about 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Bo in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers on the near side. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look to his left, but it's going to be thrown behind his receiver. That's wide receiver Trey Rose, star wide receiver for the Milford Tigers. It's going to be just behind him. That's going to be bringing up 3rd and 10 now for the Milford Tigers. Special thanks to Epic Recreation at 435-946, Epic 3742 for our keys of the game. Bo Hardy with the hard count. He's going to look back at his offensive coordinator, get the call again. 3 wide receivers to his near side in shotgun. Gets the snap, looks to his left, immediately throws down the middle of the field and is going to be out of the outreached, stretched arms of Trey Rose, wide receiver. Just a little bit out of the reach of wide receiver Trey Rose. As 3 and out is the name of the game, the story here on the opening drive of the Milford Tigers. 4th and 10 now from their own 44-yard line. 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter, 7-0 for Milford on the Station on Main scoreboard. Little miscommunication here by Milford. Yeah, there's going to be a throw, a fake on 4th down. It's going to be caught on the near side at the 35-yard line. First down for Milford on the sneaky play on the fake punt. After receiving the long snap, they're going to heave it near the near sideline and be able to convert a first down here. They're going to be situated now at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Milford Tigers. Shotgun now for quarterback Bo Hardy. 3 wide receivers to the far side. He's going to dance around in the backfield but get wrapped up by Carrillo for a loss.
Bo Hardy sacked in the backfield.
No one able to pick up Riley Carrillo as he came across the outside defensive end position and was able to wrap up quarterback Bo Hardy for the sack, or I guess loss of yardage here at least. 2nd and 12 coming up from the 37-yard line of Rich. Snap is back. Hardy looking across the line, finds his man Barnes right across the middle. He's going to make one man miss with a stiff arm and cut up the near sideline for the touchdown.
Barnes in for the score. Flag on the play.
There is some laundry on the field, however. The white hat will give us some information now as to what it could possibly be. Milford walking backwards like it's going to be against them.
Holding, offense number 57. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
Well, you heard it from the white hat, and they sure have his mic turned up all the way, so no doubt about it. Holding is the call on Milford. That's going to bring them back to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 15 now for Bo Hardy and his offense. Tigers lined up with trips to the right. He's going to send his man in motion. He's going to look to the flat, find his man Barnes. Barnes going to make a tackle. Going to have a broken tackle here as more laundry is thrown out onto the field. It looked as though, to me, a Rich player was able to grab him a little bit higher than he should have. We'll get the call.
Flag on the play.
7-0 is your score with Milford up on the Station on Main scoreboard. They're going to be walking.
Run, face mask, defense number 57. 15-yard penalty, repeat, 2nd down.
They're going to nab a Rich player now for face mask. That's going to almost offset a little bit the 2 penalties that happened.
Penalty yardage results in a 1st down.
And as the white hat says, it's going to be a 1st down now around the 25-yard line with about 6:40 left in the first quarter. 7-0, Milford leads. Quarterback Bo Hardy leads his team down the field, trips to his left. He's going to get the snap, roll and throw to his man, Trey Rose. Trey going to cut up the field, near sideline, tip-going down the sideline. He's going to end up going into the end zone. Quick little pass, dump off from Bo Hardy to his wide receiver, Trey Rose. Gets a man in space and allows him to score. And that's going to be 6 points for the Milford Tigers, as they're going to go up 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard with the 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Dylan Ferguson with the kick, high and good.
Kick is up and good by
14-0 is your score. And we're going to go ahead and step aside here for our first break. Thank you very much. You've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio sponsored by Bear Lake Community Health Center on 98.3 FM and coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We'd like to go ahead and say that our opening kickoff was brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and clerk Lisa Bell sharing the Rich Rebel
good, juicy burger at
Rich Rebel Way. Kickoff is high near the sideline, fielded at the 10-yard line. He's going to cut up the field, make one man miss, another man miss, and get stood up, pushed out of bounds, and get whacked near the 27-yard line here. They're going to start off at the right hash as Rich offense comes out onto the field, down 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 6.5 minutes left here. We'd like to go ahead and say that the first quarter is brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink in Randolph. As the Rich offense now comes back out onto the field, quarterback Hunter Pace, hoping to lead his team down the field to match the scores by Milford here. As we get a little bit of movement on the line of scrimmage, get a motion for false start by the Rebels. It's going to push them back a little ways here.
Dead ball, false start, offense number 63. Remains first down.
As I said before, the first quarter today is brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. 14-0 is your score on the Station on Main scoreboard. 6.5 minutes left as the Rich Rebels get pushed back after a false start. 1st and 15 now for them. Hunter Pace under center is going to throw the ball backwards now and get scooped up by a Rebel player who is going to get wrapped up now. After trying to make the best out of a bad situation, they're going to be now second and long here from the 15-yard line right hash as the Rich Rebels not able to get the pitch back at the right moment. It's caused a little bit of disruption as the defense came up the middle and caused a little bit of a hesitation from quarterback Hunter Pace, not able to get the pitch off quite in time. 2nd and long now for the Rich Rebels. Quarterback Hunter Pace in the shotgun. Running back Riker Conk to his right. 3 wide receivers to his left. Gets the snap, looks immediately to his left. He gets the ball off to Carrillo. Carrillo able to push a couple people for about a 4-yard gain. 3rd and long coming up now.
Stop by Quade Thompson and others.
Third and long coming up for the Rich Rebels now as sound defense and no one missed a tackle on that play, even though he had a ton of grass ahead of him. Riley Carrillo, if he was able to make one man miss, he was going to have quite a bit of daylight in front of him. Hunter Pace now under center, trips to his right. Near the far hash on the 20-yard line. Under 5 minutes left in the first quarter for the Rich Rebels. Going to get the snap and roll to his right. Cut up the field and get tackled by a plethora of Milford Tigers. A blitz up the line there left no time for quarterback Hunter Pace to find anybody down the field. Fourth and very long coming up for the Rich Rebels. Smart move by the Milford defense to put pressure on the quarterback, not letting him have enough time to think or find a man down the field, putting it down before anything could happen. Riley Carrillo now back to punt. Blake Barnes to receive for the Milford Tigers. Riley Carrillo snap way over his head. He's going to punt it from his own goal line. He's going to throw it right off his right foot and get fielded now at about the 21-yard line of Rich.
Take over 1st and 10.
Pressure up the middle caused him to rush that punt as he came a little bit right off his right foot and came close to the crowd and to the booth here. Milford Tigers will start their offense after.
Timeout, White. That is the Rich Rebels' first timeout of the first half.
We'll go ahead and step aside as well as a timeout is called by the Rich Rebels. You've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio, brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center on 98.3 The Wildlife, and coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as the Milford Tigers begin their offensive drive here at the Rich Rebel 25-yard line with under 4 minutes left. 14-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard as Rich is down. Bo Hardy is going to take the snap here. Roll to his right, in trouble from Carrillo. Carrillo trying to catch up to him. He's going to throw the ball way down the field to the middle, and it's going to be grabbed here, but just out of bounds out of the back of the end zone. Trey Rose not able to reel that in and get his foot in at the same time. Great effort by quarterback Bo Hardy to roll out to his right and find his man, just not in the end zone, and it's going to be counted as incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up now. The 23-yard line of Rich. We'd like to go ahead and say that this first quarter is brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. Bo Hardy now. 2 wide receivers to either side of him. He's going to get the snap, and nobody's going to block for him. A little bit of a miscommunication. He's going to scramble to his life, and there's going to be a flag, couple flags out on the play as time and play is stopped. A little bit of an interesting situation just happened as the ball was snapped, but the offensive line didn't get the message to block for their quarterback, Bo Hardy, as he scrambled for his life. The referees are going to convene here and tell everyone what exactly happened on the field of play.
During the play, ineligible receiver downfield, offense number 61, 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
They're going to nab Milford with an illegible man down the field. Maybe perhaps a lineman snuck up the field when he wasn't supposed to. Miscommunication leads to lost yards for Milford. They're going to back him up all the way to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 15 coming up for the Milford Tigers. 14-0 they lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Bo Hardy is going to get the snap now. Low snap, looks to his right, looks to his left, sits in the pocket, has time, rolls to his left, finds his man Trey Rose, who scoops it off the ground, fingertips. It's going to be called a catch. It's going to be called a catch at the 13-yard line here. Very low throw from Bo Hardy to his wide receiver, Trey Rose, as he scooped it with his fingertips right in front of him, up in the air, and kind of balanced it on his helmet and reeled it in. First down now for the Milford Tigers. Check that. They're going to set the sticks again. It's going to be third and very short. I was deceived a little bit by the chain gang on the far side. Bo Hardy moving his team down the field. We get a motion from the referee to start the clock, which is going to start with a little more than 3 minutes left in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Going to hand off up the middle. Barnes bounces off, ping-pongs off a couple people, both his team and the Rich Rebels. Move all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's going to move the sticks.
Stopped by Max Perry. Picks up a Tiger first down.
Blake Barnes getting the handoff. As Coach Thane Marshall told us, he's going to be spending a little bit more time in the backfield with quarterback Bo Hardy. Ran with a full head of steam and able to pick up first down yardage as they're going to start from the 10-yard line. Bo Hardy's going to fake in front of him and follow his pulling lineman into the end zone as he tiptoes just in front of the pylon, as 6 points will be added to Milford's total score. They're going to go up 20-0 is the score on the Station on Main scoreboard. Milford up in the first quarter, just under 3 minutes left. Dylan Ferguson now to attempt the PAT. He was good on his first two. After missing his first one against Duchesne, he's going to go 3 for 3 in the first quarter here, as it is 21-0 for Milford. We're going to go ahead and step aside now for another break. You've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio, brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health on 98.3 Wildlife, The Wildlife, on mylocalradio.com.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we...
All right, reception now, kickoff reception by the Rich Rebels. After the kickoff by kicker Dylan Ferguson of Milford, they're going to go ahead and field it near the 5-yard line on the far side and bring it all the way down to the 15-yard line of Rich. And that is where the Rich Rebels will look forward to their offense. Quarterback hoping to lead his team down the field with a couple of his teammates here. Quarterback Hunter Pace looking for his fellow upperclassmen and underclassmen to look for some offensive production as they move the ball down the field. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line here. Near hash. Hunter Pace. They're going to go ahead and bump a little bit of time for the Rich Rebels here, as there was a little bit of a late start, miscommunication. Hunter Pace under center, 2 wide receivers to his right. Show of blitz from the Milford Tigers. Snap is good. They're going to hand off to Carrillo. Carrillo right up the gut, off the butt of the guard, all the way down to the 20-yard line for about a 2-yard gain.
Riley Carrillo on the carry, stopped by the line of the Tigers.
Hole closed up a little bit faster for Carrillo, faster than definitely I'm sure that he wanted to, as a 2-yard gain is going to lead to 2nd and 10 from about the 20-yard line. On the right hash here, Hunter Pace. Under center he goes. 2 running backs behind him. Wide receivers to either side, far out. Snap is good, and he's going to hand off to Carrillo again. Carrillo is going to get the snap from, he's going to motion from the tight end position almost and get it right in the backfield up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Rich Rebels at the 21-yard line near sideline, near hash. 21-0 is your score on the Station on Main scoreboard, brought to you first quarter in part by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink in Randolph. Under center again, 2 wide receivers to either side of quarterback Hunter Pace. Running back behind him. He's going to get the snap. Step back, roll to his left. He's going to find his man. Smack dab in the numbers is going to be caught for the first down at the 30-yard line. That strike from quarterback Hunter Pace right across the face of a couple linebackers is going to find his man right at the 30-yard line for first down yardage. In the middle, smack dab middle of the hashes now, the Rich offense will continue its rolling. That first down is brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren, Tricia, and entire Wallentine family thankful to cover the Rich Rebels as a little shovel pass to Carrillo is going to bring him down around the 38-yard line. 9-yard pickup. Easy yardage for quarterback Hunter Pace as the little flip pass is going to get him about 8 yards onto his total stat sheet. Lined up under center now. Split wide receivers, 2 to each side, 1 running back behind him. He's going to send his man in motion. The pitch out. He's going to get the corner, run around to the end, and find first down yardage as he's going to dive across the line here.
Max Perry on the carry.
Max Perry. Running back Max Perry getting that pitch from gets a little bit of a head start with the help of the motion.
Penalty on the play.
As we got a flag on the play.
The result of this play is a first down. During the run, personal foul, illegal helmet contact, defense number 61. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
The newly implemented illegal helmet contact is going to tack on an extra 15 yards to the first down yardage run. Max Perry getting that pitch here. As a timeout is going to be called by the Milford Tigers.
That is the end of the first quarter of play.
The end of the first quarter brought to you by the Crawford Trough. We're going to go ahead and step aside here. You've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio at 98.3 FM and at mylocalradio.com, brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle.
Welcoming you back to the second quarter now. Hunter Pace going to hand off right up the middle, up the gut. He's going to get swallowed up. That's going to be a Trey Walker, running back, 5'11", 140. Going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage here. 2nd and 9 coming up. We'd like to go ahead and thank T7 Propane in Woodruff for all your propane needs. 435-793-4208. 21-0 is the score on the Station on Main scoreboard as we come into the second quarter here. Quarterback Hunter Pace, 2nd and 10 now from about the 45-yard line, near side, working their way into Milford territory. Gets the snap. A delayed handoff now is going to allow for a little bit of yardage to be gained
Riker Conk on the carry, stopped
by running back Riker Conk. Riker, 5'7", 180, a little bit of a tank there, able to bull his way forward, leaving 3rd and about 6 from the 40-yard line of the Milford Tigers. Third down coming up now. They're going to rock a splits look, 2 wide receivers to either side with a running back behind him. Quarterback Hunter Pace surveys the field. Gets the snap right at him. He's going to step back, 5-step drop, heaves it way down the field, guns it into the outstretched arms of a couple defenders of the Milford Tigers looking for his wide receiver, Trey Walker. It's going to fall incomplete. 4th down coming up, 4th and 6 from the 40-yard line of the Milford Tigers.
4th down for the Rebels.
Had a man open. If he was able to throw it maybe just a little bit closer in front of the receiver instead of behind, it would allow for his wide receiver, Trey Walker.
Timeout, Rich. That is their 2nd timeout of the first half.
Rich is going to go ahead and take a timeout. That will give us an opportunity to thank a couple of our sponsors, which are T7 Propane, which sponsor the second quarter here for your Rich Rebel coverage football. Thank you, T7 Propane in Woodruff. They're here for all your propane needs. Call 435-793-4208. As we've talked about before, we have a couple sponsors that we'd like to thank. Obviously, we're looking for, hopefully, an LSR refrigerated first down, looking for the good luck from Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family as the Rebels look now and think about a 4th and 6 coming up from the 41-yard line of the Milford Tigers. Nearer to the left hash rather than the right hash, quarterback Hunter Pace will survey the field, give a little bit of a signal to each of his wide receivers here. Missing a man as from the sideline they run. Trips to his right, 1 running back behind him, leaving Carrillo on an island to the near sideline. He's going to look to his right, back to Carrillo. Carrillo is going to get kind of sandwiched a little bit. A little bit of contact, but not enough to elicit any type of pass interference as Carrillo not able to get his head around quite in time to grab that pass, that bullet from Hunter Pace. Turnover on downs is going to give the Milford offense the ball at their own 41. 21-0 is the score on the Station on Main scoreboard in the second quarter. 10.5 minutes until halftime. Bo Hardy, Blake Barnes in the backfield, trips to their left. Snap is low. They're going to hand off to Barnes. Barnes makes one man miss and falls forward for about a 2-yard gain.
Blake Barnes on the carry.
Catches a helmet right to the foot, enough to trip him up.
2nd down for the Tigers.
2 yards is all he'll get on that one. Incoming linebacker and running back for the Rich Rebels, Riker Conk, able to knock him off balance before too much yardage is gained. Bo Hardy, hard count, not able to get the Rebels to jump. Discipline on defense is the key. 2 wide receivers to either side, running back in the backfield, that's Barnes. Snap is low as Hardy looks in, steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to shoot up to the field, midfield, down to the 40. He's going to make a man miss. 40-yard line makes another miss. He's going to tiptoe right down the sideline, get pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line after a scramble play where initially he was looking down the field for a wide receiver, is going to allow him to pick up about a quite a substantial amount of yards all the way down to the 15-yard line of Rich. First down given to the Milford Tigers. Sticks extended now. They're going to need to get to about the 5-yard line for another first down. Quarterback Bo Hardy quickly lines up his offense. Gets the snap, looks to his left. He's going to throw the ball. It's going to be snagged and caught at the 9-yard line. That's Sosi. Wide receiver Sosi gets his hands up in time to snag that one down for about a 6-yard gain, down to the 9-yard line of the Rich Rebels. Flipping the field, the throw from Bo Hardy from the right side to the left side now as the offense lines up on the hashes on the far side. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Milford Tigers. Shotgun again, trips to his right. Bo Hardy with Barnes in the backfield. Gets the snap, rolls to his right. Looking, throws the ball at the feet of his wide receiver, Trey Rose. Not able to get it up enough to have a chance really to catch it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 coming up for Milford. In the red zone, Milford knocking on the door again to score. Up 21-0 in the second quarter with under 9 minutes left in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. Quarterback Bo Hardy. Temperatures begin to cool down just a little bit. He's going to step back, a 3-step drop, going to throw it to the right side of near the goal line again for Trey Rose. Incomplete again.
It'll be 4th down for the Tigers.
4th down coming up for the Tigers as the field goal unit begins to trot out onto the field. Dylan Ferguson attempting his first field goal of the season after going 3 for 3 on PATs this game.
Dylan Ferguson on to attempt a field goal.
Late man running off the field as the field goal unit lines up and gets their spacing. Dylan Ferguson lining up and spacing out his steps to see if he can boot this through. Snap is down. Kick is up. No good. It's going to go wide right. Going to sail on him just a little bit as the Rich Rebel offense will now take the field after the missed field goal by Dylan Ferguson.
Rebels take over, 1st and 10.
The Rebels are going to be able to take over the offensive possession now at the 9-yard line, I believe. Or are they going to move the ball? They're going to move the sticks now to the 20-yard line. In the middle of the field, that's where the Rich offense will pick up now. Down 21 points in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. Looking for that LSR refrigerated first down, the Rebels take the field. Quarterback Hunter Pace. Under center. 1 running back behind him and 3 wide receivers to his left on the near side. He'll get the snap and look to his left and throw back to his right as the ball is kind of tipped up and it's going to be recovered now. Seeing as the ball was thrown behind him, Milford able to get the turnover. Unfortunate backwards pass broken up and recovered now by the Milford Tigers at the 6-yard line of the Rich Rebels.
Weston Wiseman picked up that fumble.
Good play call by the Rich Rebels to try and get the defense off balance as quarterback Hunter Pace stepped back, looked to his left and the majority of his receivers and tried to throw back to his right. Quarterback Bo Hardy now under center. He's going to step and find his man out to the flat to the left who's going to tiptoe into the end zone.
Pass completed to Blake Barnes.
That's Barnes. Barnes going to add to his total for a couple touchdowns on the game here. $27-0 is the score on the Station on Main scoreboard with 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Dylan Ferguson now lining up his PAT attempt. Botch snap is going to lead to a no good PAT attempt as Barnes tried to make the most out of a bad situation, picked up the fumbled snap. As the Milford Tigers are going to be up 27-0 on the Rich Rebels in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. We'll go ahead and step aside. You've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio on 98.3 The Wildlife, brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
27-0 is the Station on Maid's scoreboard's reading as Milford is up after 3 collective touchdowns from Barnes of Milford. Blake Barnes, senior wide receiver, running back, do-it-all free safety, 6 foot, 165, able to use his athleticism to get into the end zone 3 times in the first quarter already as the kickoff by Dylan Ferguson is lined up and taken. It's going to be fielded now by Trey Walker. Walker is going to be fielding it at the near side of the field and cutting it back all the way and tackled at the 30-yard line. Tries to find a little bit of help in the blockage there after fielding it near the numbers on the southwest side of the field. Rich Rebel offense will take over, moving from right to left on your radio dial. They'll be taking the ball up from about the 29-yard line, 1st and 10, with 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Looking for points. The Rich Rebels trying to answer the Milford Tigers' offensive production. Hunter Pace now under center. Two running backs behind him, 2 wide receivers to his left. He's going to hand off right up the middle. Running back is going to find an initial hole, but run into an arm tackle after maybe gaining a couple inches. Second down coming up. 2nd down and 9, perhaps, from the 30-yard line. That was Max Perry getting the handoff. Trying to establish the running game now. The Rich Rebels look to find a weakness here in the Milford defense. 2 wide receivers to either side of quarterback Hunter Pace and running back Riker Conk in the backfield. Hunter sends his man Carrillo in motion. Really far, he's going to hand off right up the middle, and Riker's going to get swallowed up by the defensive tackle. That's number 72, Rudy Campo of the Milford Tigers. Stout man, 5'6", 235 pounds, going to be running into a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 9 coming up from the 30-yard line for the Rich Rebels. Friday Night Lights presented to you. August is upon us as we get excited for football here. Quarterback Hunter Pace, 2 wide receivers to either side. Running back in the backfield. He's going to get the ball and step back, 5-step drop, step up back into the pocket. He's going to find his man down the middle of the field out of the outstretched arms of Trey Walker. Trey Walker had a step on a man, but just kind of grazed over his fingertips a little bit. Good idea. Rich Rebels able to find open passing lanes, just not able to connect, unfortunately, on that one as Riley Carrillo steps back into the punting formation. 4th and 9 presented to the Rich Rebels. From the 30-yard line of Rich. Riley Carrillo's cleats firmly planted at the 15-yard line. High lob, snap. It's going to be kicked by Carrillo with a nice little roll here, all the way down to the 44-yard line of Milford. That's where Milford's offense will pick up the pace and pick up the ball with possession now. 6.5 minutes. Rich Rebels down 27-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Milford Tigers
First and 10.
lining up now on the near hash at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, trips to his left. Bo Hardy going to find his man and just dropped by Milford.
Second down.
After looking to the kind of bubble screen to Colton Barnes. Colton Barnes just not able to reel it in quite. That leads to 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Quarterback Bo Hardy now with his cleats at the 40-yard line. He's going to hand off to Barnes. Barnes is going to shoot out to the near side of the field, lower his head, and move forward to about the 45-yard line after an 11-yard gain from Barnes.
Picks up a first down for the Tigers.
Handoff right up the middle and cut out to the outside. Barnes able to lower his shoulder, move forward for first down yardage. Quarterback Bo Hardy with trips to his left. Looks to his offensive coordinator here. Checks the play, lets his offensive line know. Near hash at the 45-yard line. Under 6 minutes left as Bo Hardy steps back and is going to lob a ball down the sideline. Catch. Throw is caught by Milford down to the 9-yard line near the numbers here. A one-on-one coverage. Quarterback Bo Hardy finds his man, Corbin Dalton. For a 35-yard strike. Lining up now at the 10-yard line, 1st and 10 for Milford. Milford going to hand the ball off to Barnes. Barnes is going to shoot up the middle and get eaten up. That's linebacker Riker Conk, able to meet Barnes in the hole and drive him backwards after about a 3-yard gain. As far as I know, they haven't been under center one time as the air raid offense here with Bo Hardy is going to shoot out to his left into the flat. Trey Rose going to fight his way for the touchdown, working his way through 3 defenders now.
Pass completed. Trey Rose in for the score.
In for the score, Trey Rose finds his first points of the game. 33-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. In the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. 5 minutes left. PAT coming up for Milford. Barnes, the holder. Ferguson, the kicker. Kick is down and up. It's good.
Dylan Ferguson, the kick is up and good for the extra point.
34-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Second quarter brought to you by T7 Propane. We'll go ahead and step aside as you've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio on 98.3 FM, The Wildlife, brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center at mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com.
Welcoming you back to the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. The kickoff by Ferguson is going to be high and fielded at the 5-yard line, far hash. He's going to be cutting up the field. He's going to make one man miss. He's going to find a hole here and get upended at the 37-yard line.
On the return.
Great energy brought by Rich Rebels, specifically our man Max Perry, fielding that kick from the 5-yard line, bringing it all the way out to the 37 for about a 33-yard return. Five minutes left in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane here. Hunter Pace again finds himself under center. 2 running backs behind him, 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Snap, roll out. Tries to find the shovel pass. He's going to get wrapped up here before he can find his man for about a 10-yard loss.
Quade Thompson.
Quade Thompson of the Milford Tigers.
Bring up second down.
With another tackle for a loss, or a sack necessarily, as he had 14 solo tackles against Duchesne last week. 4 of them being for a loss. 34-0 is the Station on Main scoreboard's reading. This goes ahead and allows us to go ahead and highlight Rich High. After this play, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about All-State talent. A delayed handoff by Riker Conk. Riker Conk getting the ball. Third and 20 coming up for the Rich High Rebels. The Rich High, since its opening almost 36 years ago, has been a pipeline of all-state talent for the state of Utah. Within the last 10 years alone, Rich High School has produced 32 first-team all-state players to represent their school. Since the initial selection of defensive back Wayne Weston in the class of 1985, Rich High School has seen an overall of 168 kids selected to either the first or second team All-State since the school opened in the sport of football. Fantastic work by the Rich Rebels to be a pipeline for All-State talent, as Hunter Pace is going to throw to his man after a little curl out near the far hash. And they're going to throw a flag here if my eyes do not deceive me. The defensive back looked to be a little bit early, and we'll see the white hat is going to go ahead and confirm that here.
Defense, number 34, 15-yard penalty, replay, third down.
15-yard penalty on the defensive pass interference is not quite going to give enough yardage to Rich for the first down. Definitely a positive in moving the right direction. 3rd and 3 coming up from the 45-yard line, near hash here for the Rich Rebels. 34-0 is the reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Three yards away from an LSR refrigerated first down. Under center, quarterback Hunter Pace, 2 running backs behind him, 2 wide receivers to his right. Hard count. Handoff to Carrillo. Carrillo gets a stiff arm. He's going to bowl his way around the end here to the 50-yard line after getting first down yardage.
Riley Carrillo on the carry.
Impressive, powerful run by Carrillo, who's been a staple and foundational piece to these Rich Rebels on their football program the last couple years. 2:45 left in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. 2.5 minutes left before halftime as quarterback Hunter Pace has 2 wide receivers to either side of him. He's going to go ahead and step back, roll, find his feet, and throw across the middle of the field here.
Pass is incomplete.
As we're going to get another incompletion intended for Trey Walker. Trey bumped up a little bit, but no call from the referee here as 2nd and 10 comes up. Need to get to the 40-yard line, sitting at the 50-yard line. The Rich Rebels look in their playbook for something substantial to get them down the field. That previous run by Carrillo is an LSR refrigerated first down. Congratulations to the Rich Rebels from the Wallentine family, as the end around here is not going to fool an outside linebacker from the Milford Tigers. Guess who? Barnes is going to go ahead and wrap up Max Payne of the Rich Rebels for about a 2-yard loss. Laundry out on the field. Let's see. We'll get the call.
During the run, holding offense number 54. That penalty is declined. Third down.
Offensive holding is declined by the Milford Tigers. Second down now turns to third down. Third and long coming up for the Rich Rebels. Third and 15 by my calculations from their own 46-yard line. 34-0 is the reading on the Station on Main scoreboard in the second quarter. 2 minutes left, and brought to you by T7 Propane. In the shotgun, quarterback Hunter Pace steps back, couple, finds his man across the middle, and it's going to be broken up right at the midfield mark. Carrillo not able to reel it in. Couple defensive backs in the vicinity made it a little bit difficult for him as fourth down comes up for the Rich Rebels. Fourth and long as Carrillo plants his spikes at around the 30-yard line. Blake Barnes looking to receive. His mirror opposite planted it firmly at the 25-yard line. Lofted snap as Carrillo kicks it high and to the left. It's going to get a little bit of a rich bounce all the way down to about the 19-yard line. Inside the 20 punt by Carrillo.
No run back on the return.
Special teams execution as the Milford offense takes the field. Milford, as we've talked about before, a perennial powerhouse in 1A. Led by Coach Thane Marshall. A couple of his key players. Quarterback Bo Hardy, Blake Barnes, Trey Rose, and Quade Thompson. Whistle before the snap as a timeout is taken by the Rich Rebels. We're going to go ahead and take our final timeout of the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. You've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio here on 98.3 mylocalradio.com. Brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Minute and a half left in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your
looking to go into halftime here. Milford Tigers up 34-0 on the Rich Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Bo Hardy in the backfield with Blake Barnes. Trips to the far side of the field. He's going to look that way and get wrapped up by Carrillo. Athletic play by Riley Carrillo to wrap up quarterback Bo Hardy as he wasn't paying attention to his blind side there.
Second down for the Tigers.
Second down coming up for the Tigers. Now 2nd and 15 from the 15-yard line. He's going to look that way again and throw down the field. And completed. Trey Rose is going to catch the ball and that bullet from quarterback Bo Hardy all the way down to the 37-yard line for a first down for the Milford Tigers. 1 minute left remaining in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane. Trips to his left. Bo Hardy's going to look to the single man is going to be reeled in as he falls forward for about 5-yard gain. Dalton Corbin. Corbin Dalton, rather. Reels in the throw from Bo Hardy. Now at the 44-yard line. Bo Hardy trips again to his left. He's going to step back, 5-step drop, find Barnes in the flat. Barnes work his way, bullying up the field here.
Pass completed to Blake Barnes.
He's going to get first down yardage and pass the midfield mark at the 49-yard line of the Rich Rebels. Clock is stopped as Blake Barnes ran out of bounds. Bo Hardy, keeping the same formation he's kept the entire way. He's going to step back, 5-step drop. He's going to look, step up in the pocket and take off. Down to the 40-yard line, gets a block. He's going to down to the 30, down the sideline, steps out of bounds, is going to stop the clock at as a flag is going to come out here. After pushing out Bo Hardy at around the 15-yard line. We'll wait for the explanation from our white hat referee.
The result of the run was a first down. Following the run, personal foul, late hit, unnecessary roughness, defense number 3. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
As you just heard, they're going to nab Trey Walker there with a personal foul, late hit out of bounds on quarterback Bo Hardy. They're going to hand off to Barnes. Barnes is going to be wrapped up and throw back to his quarterback. Don't see that very often, as the running back was wrapped up about 5 yards in the backfield and not brought down quite yet, and thought to himself, what better idea than to throw back to his quarterback for hopefully a miracle play, as Bo Hardy's going to throw in a little bubble screen to his left. Milford is going to take one move and be brought down all the way down to the 4-yard line after throwing it out. 3 seconds left remaining before the time runs out before halftime in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. Completion from Bo Hardy. He's going to find his man,
Dylan Ferguson,
Colton Barnes, on the far sideline on a little bubble screen. Dylan Ferguson 0 for 1 on the night on field goals. Looking to go even here, 500. Going to put it up and good. 37-0.
Good by Dylan Ferguson for the field goal.
Is the reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. We're going to go ahead and keep it here for the final seconds of the second quarter.
During the field goal, the clock did not run. Referee's decision, 3-second field goal. That's halftime.
Referees are going to go ahead and run the remaining time off the clock as we run into halftime here. The late game field goal, I should say the late quarter field goal going into halftime, is going to go ahead and take us into our next segment. Obviously, T7 Propane sponsoring the second quarter. 37-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard, as we're going to go ahead and take a ad break. And we'll come back for the halftime show, brought to you by Ellingford Brothers, as well as you've been listening to Rich Rebel Radio, brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center. MyLocalRadio.com.
In a state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the halftime show brought to you by Ellingford Brothers in Evanston for all your sand brothers serving customers for 5 generations. First half wrapped up and brought to you here in part in highlights as the Milford Tigers are going to be up 37-0 on the Rich Rebels. That is the reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. A couple passes from quarterback Bo Hardy has led to some scores here, particularly finding his trusted running back and confidant on his team, Blake Barnes. Blake Barnes, with 3 total touchdowns in the first half, has been unstoppable for the Milford Tigers as they've gone to him on multiple occasions to find the end zone and putting his nose, both his nose and the football's nose, over and to break the plane. Rich Rebels able to find a couple people on completions, trying to find a substantial contribution from the rushing game here. The Rich Rebels trying all facets of their offensive playbook to keep on par with the Milford Tigers. As the Milford Tigers' offensive production, their air raid offense has been effective in the first half. Again, 37-0 is your score. MVP of the Milford Tigers and their production, obviously, Blake Barnes, with 3 touchdowns of his own, helped by the aid of quarterback Bo Hardy and their offensive line. Execution on both ends has led to a 37-0 lead for the Milford Tigers. Again at the half, we'll take a quick break here and we'll be back with more of the Ellingford Brothers halftime show with the standout student interview brought to you by Western Ag Credit. You're listening to Bear Lake Community Health Center, presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
Welcome back to the Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Today on our standout student segment, we are talking with Ellie Johnson. Ellie Johnson, I was able to meet with her at the Rich County Fair and corner her and just talk to her a little bit about her expectations, her time.
We also provide other products.
Her time at Rich High School as she's going to be a senior here. Highlighted quite a few teachers of hers that have brought her to the point where she's able to pursue a higher education down at Dixie University. Unfortunately, our audio with Ellie was a little too much it was too distorted for us to play on air for you today, but I'll go ahead and give the highlights that Ellie absolutely loves being a Rich Rebel and finds that her teachers are a great inspiration, her family as well, in order to help her excel in many facets of life, including academics, where she is going to go down and try to find her passion in higher education at Dixie University. She went ahead to highlight that Dixie University was a place that she could escape a little bit of the cold from Randolph, as me and her both experienced that cold at the Rich County Fair yesterday. Ellie Johnson, incoming senior, able to participate in many community events, including the Rich County Fair, and on the cheer squad, and looking forward to her higher education at Dixie University. We'd like to go ahead and thank her. And also Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture, a lender who understands finance and agriculture, 848 Front Street in Evanston. Up next on the Ellingford Brothers Halftime Show, we'll recap some of the highlights from the first half, brought to you by Rich County Government, Rebels with a champion cause. At the half, the score on the Station on Main scoreboard is 37-0 as the Milford Tigers finding production from their key players. Up a couple scores on the Rich Rebels as we look forward to the second half and a hopeful Rich Rebel team comes back out onto the field. You've been listening to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the halftime show, Ellingford Brothers Halftime Show. I'd like to go ahead and thank our sponsors now. It's time to recap some of the highlights from the first half. This segment of our first half halftime show is brought to you by Rich County Government, Rebels with a Cause. We'd like to go ahead and look back into the second quarter as Milford, finding a little bit of a groove, stopped momentarily by Riley Carrillo, bringing down quarterback Bo Hardy for a sack of about 8 yards, forcing the Tigers to move from their own 20-yard line all the way down to the 12-yard line. That sack and big hit brought to you by Riley Carrillo sneaking off the left end to wrap up quarterback Bo Hardy for a tackle for a loss. Quite a few plays by the Rich offense. Not large, big chunk plays, but a few first quarter runs by Riker. 12, 13 yards respectively. Riker Conk able to take a couple handoffs from quarterback Hunter Pace and take it respectively 12 and 13 yards in the first quarter, leading to a precedent set by the Rich offense, something that they hope they can bring forward into the second half here, as the Rich offense looks to add some points onto the board and to narrow the margin, the deficit here, as the Milford Tigers are up 37-0. We're going to be coming back to you in the third quarter. We'd like to go ahead and thank the Rich County Government, Rebels with a Champion Cause, for the highlights of the first half of the Ellingford Brothers first half. We'll go ahead and take a quick ad break here as we come back into the third quarter.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall, prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to...
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Thanks again, Rich Rebel fans, for joining me here for the halftime show brought to you by Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Ellingford Brothers, the best in specialized services, including steel fabrication, gravel, road base cement, and more. Right after these messages, we have the Town of Woodruff kickoff to start the third quarter. The score on the Station on Main scoreboard is 37-0 for the Milford Tigers. You're listening to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we begin the third quarter. Our Rich Rebels winning the coin toss, elected to receive the second half kickoff. 37-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard as we work our way into the third quarter. Brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lamb, and clerk Lana Pert. Today's third quarter opening kickoff is brought to you by the town of Woodruff.
Trey Walker
Mayor Scott
and Max Perry deep to receive the kickoff.
Saby, Council members Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and clerk Lisa Bell sharing rich Rebel pride. As Dylan Ferguson lines up now to send the opening, the second half opening kickoff to the Rich Rebels. It's going to be a little flub kick here, as the referee is going to whistle it dead before the ball was kind of fielded in. We're going to get an explanation from the referees as they convene here. The Rich Rebels, from my knowledge, will be able to take the ball and pick the ball up from about the 46-yard line. After the onside kick here. It seems as though they're going to be lining up again for a kickoff. Dylan Ferguson and the Milford Tigers in their formation as the Rich Rebels go back out into their formation. Little powwow with the referees at the 45-yard line. As we begin the third quarter, brought to you by the town of Woodruff.
An inadvertent whistle. The recovering team has the choice of the result of the play or a re-kick, and they have chosen to take the result of the play. First down.
Inadvertent whistle by the referee allows the Rich Rebels to decide whether or not they want to kick off again, or if they just want to, take the result of the play, as the Rich Rebels now take their offense out onto the field and start the ball at the 44-yard line near hash. Hunter Pace at quarterback, 2 running backs behind him. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 wide receiver to his right. Snap is down, handoff up the middle, Riker Conk. Riker going to be able to, going to take 2 people to tackle him all the way down to the 47-yard line. As we get a motion from our referee that we will be having a running clock throughout the entirety of the second half here. 37-0 is your reading on the station on main scoreboard. .37-yard line now for quarterback Hunter Pace. 1 wide receiver to either side of him. Pitch out to Carrillo. Carrillo looking for a block. He's going to get wrapped up by a couple Tigers for a tackle for a loss near the original line of scrimmage. Tackled near the numbers here at the 43-yard line. 3rd and long coming up for the Rich Rebels. As the clock continues to run here, we look forward to some Rich Rebel offensive production led by quarterback Hunter Pace. Lining up now in a split set, 2 wide receivers to either side. Running back behind him, quarterback Hunter Pace surveys the field. As the ball snaps over his head, he's going to fall out onto it at the 23-yard line. Wasn't expecting the snap as it sailed right past his helmet.
It will be 4th down.
4th down and very long coming up for the Rich Rebels. Riley Carrillo back to receive the snap and to boot the ball away. There's the snap. Kick is up, and line drive kick. It's going to bounce and take a dive right at the 48-yard line of Milford.
Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Milford Tigers at the 48-yard line. They're going to move the ball up to the 50. At midfield, the Tigers will start their offensive drive in the 3rd quarter. Brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Brought to you by the town of Randolph, Barnes is going to get the handoff up around the corner here. Down the sideline he goes, lowers his head, and gets pushed out of bounds by Trey Walker at the 31-yard line. However, we do have a flag on the play. We have a Rich Rebel on the ground, running back Max Perry, who is...
It's officials timeout on the field. During the previous run, holding offense number 51. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
Holding penalty is going to move the Tigers back a little ways as they're going to replay first down here. Our man Max Perry out on the field getting stretched out by some trainers. We're going to go ahead and step aside here as they attend to Max Perry as our first break in the third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com. And as our man Max Perry finds the energy to go ahead and walk off the field, and from the help of a couple trainers, we're going to go ahead and keep it here, actually. As the Milford Tigers line up now in a offensive formation splits to either side. Two wide receivers on either side of Bo Hardy and Blake Barnes. Back in the shotgun. Bo Hardy's going to get the snap, looks to his left. Step up, shuffle. It's going to be thrown incomplete. Looking for the intended receiver, Corbin Dalton. Corbin, and about a 5-yard curl on the outside here. Not able to reel it in after the bullet from quarterback Bo Hardy. Bo, now empty set, trips to his right. Two wide receivers to his left. Blake Barnes is going to fake the block and get the toss over the middle. He's going to get wrapped up by Trey Walker. Trey with a great tackle. He's going to stop Blake Barnes after about a 13-yard gain, 3rd and 3 coming up from the 42-yard line on the left hash for the Milford Tigers. Quarterback Blake Barnes and Bo Hardy and running back Blake Barnes in the backfield. Trey Walker to his right. Trey Rose to his right. They're two Treys on separate teams, both with the number 3. Trips up an announcer a little bit sometimes. Motion as he's going to follow his blocker, Blake Barnes. He's going to fall ahead forward for about a 4-yard gain and a first down. Slow to get up. Hayden Weston of Rich. First down yardage for the Milford Tigers. First down yardage picking up by quarterback Bo Hardy after following the lead back Blake Barnes. Split set now, 2 wide receivers to either side. Bubble to his right as Blake is going to get the reception down the sideline, makes a man miss, and another miss, going to cut up to the middle of the field and strut into the end zone after a couple dance moves allows him to find the end zone. But we do have a little bit of we have some laundry out onto the field again. A flag has been thrown at the 33-yard line. Milford walking backwards like it's against them. Couple good moves by...
There is no flag for a personal foul, illegal blindside block. The result of the previous play is a touchdown.
They're going to go ahead and pick up the flag and wave it Now allowing for Blake Barnes to have his 4th touchdown of the game as he rolls out there to hold the ball for kicker Dylan Ferguson, who has been perfect on PATs today. At least ones that he's been able to put a foot on, as there's been a fumbled snap on one. Six points will be added. Has 43-0 is the Station on Main scoreboard's reading, as the kick is blocked, and it is going to be
is blocked and no good.
called dead after the block here. 43-0 will remain your score with about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll step aside now for a quick break in the third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Thank you so much to Mayor Lynn Weston, as the third quarter is brought to you by the town of Randolph. 43-0 is the reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Quarter 3.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes.
Quarter 3 is the reading. About 7 minutes left here as we continue to roll forward in this game. Rich Rebels against the Milford Tigers. Kickoff by Dylan Ferguson is lined up. Line drive kick here, fielded by Trey Walker at his own 5. He's going to cut across to his left and be met here by a plethora of tacklers from Milford as more flags come out onto the field. We're seeing a little bit more in the second half here. That flag is going to find a home right at the 20-yard line.
We got a personal foul, blindside block. Number 20 of the kicking team. 50 penalty from the end of the run, first down.
An illegal blindside block is called against the Milford Tigers. They're going to go ahead and move the ball forward a little ways here. After Trey Walker fields the kick at his own 5, makes a quick little juke move and cuts out to his left on the far side of the field. They're going to start their offensive drive here as they continue to walk. Our umpire. They're going to place the ball down now at the 37-yard line of the Rich Rebels. Running clock now. Hunter Pace in shotgun with one running back behind him, 2 wide receivers to either side. He's going to get the snap and hand off right up the middle. Riker's going to go ahead and fall forward for about 1.5 yards to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Riker Conk on the carry.
Riker Conk.
Stop by Blake Barnes. Bring up 2nd down.
Riker Conk, someone that the Rich Rebels can turn to just turn his feet for positive yardage here. We'll see how often they go to him in this game in the second half, and especially in this third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Hunter Pace under center now, 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right, 2 running backs behind him. They're going to hand off up to the gut to the middle. They're going to bounce off his lineman and get upended near the 43-yard line. That's our man Max Perry, who popped up after being kind of shaken up a couple drives ago, and he's going to be needing a little bit of help to stretch his muscles in his legs a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take another break as our man Max Perry goes ahead and gets a little bit of attention from the trainers. You've been listening to a presentation of Rich Rebel football, a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com. as our camera pans towards the away bleachers, we see quite a few loyal Rich Rebel fans that have traveled all the way down here to Milford. Not a short drive whatsoever, as our man Max Perry gets up from being shaken up and gets a little bit of help. A little bit about the drive tonight. The drive for the Rebels from Randolph to Milford is 5 hours and 10 minutes long, spanning over 300 miles. This road trip tonight is one of the farthest in-state road trips for any team as their season opener in the state of Utah. Rich, looking forward to a few points now in the third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. $43-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard as a fumble on the snap leads to a doggy pile here, and the ball will be spotted, kept with Rich at the 41-yard line. 4th and 7 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Rebels working from left to right now is going to be lining up in a punt formation. They're going to send out Colton Barnes of Milford to receive the punt from Riley Carrillo. High snap, Carrillo reels it in. Sends the ball way over to the far side of the field. It's going to be taken out of bounds, rolls out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Milford Tigers at the 40-yard line, working from right to left now. Bo Hardy and company taking the field. Running clock signaled from our head referee as 3 wide receivers down here to the near side of the field. Trips as Bo Hardy gets the snap, is going to hand off into the backfield. Around the end he goes, but quickly taken down, swallowed by linebacker Riker Conk. Read that play beautifully as he worked his way down the line and sacrificed his body to result in a tackle for a loss for Riker Conk.
Second down.
Second down coming up now. 2nd and 13 particularly. More specifically at the 36-yard line. Hard snap, hard count. Almost gets Rich to jump, but not enough to elicit a penalty. Bo Hardy trips to his right, far side, open side of the field. Gets the ball, looks to his right, steps up in the pocket, throws a bullet, fielded at the 45-yard line, taken down immediately after a 8-yard gain.
Keelan Sosi on the reception.
Sosi on the reception there. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Milford Tigers. Putting trips to the open side of the field on this offensive drive. Bo Hardy gets a signal from his offensive coordinator, comes back to the line. In shotgun. One running back to his right. Gets the snap, looks immediately to his left. He's going to throw the ball way down the field for a loft-up pass for Barnes. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Colton Barnes. We have a referee that's able to throw a penalty out onto the field.
Pass interference, defense, number 1, 50 from the previous spot. First down.
First down yardage given to the Milford Tigers after a defensive pass interference call called on Nate Woods, wide receiver DB 5'7". They're going to go ahead and walk off this yardage here. Milford working its way now into Rich territory. Incomplete pass, still able to move the ball with the help of a defensive pass interference call. 2 wide receivers to either side. We have a new quarterback in who gets absolutely smashed, but completes the pass out to the flat on his left side and reeled in and wrapped up out of bounds down to the 27-yard line. That's quarterback Sosi finding his man Sadler Barnes. for first down yardage. Replacing Bo Hardy, we now have Keelan Sosi. Sosi taking over now with trips to his right, a single wide receiver to his left. He's going to hand it off right up the middle as running back's going to lower his head, get a head of steam, and make his way for about a 2-yard gain.
Stop by Colby Stokes.
Colby Stokes on the stop there, meeting the running back in the hole. Second and 8 coming up from the 25-yard line of the Rich Rebels. On the left hash, Sosi looks back to his offensive coordinator. 2 wide receivers to either side of him, 1 running back to his left. Slow and methodical, the Milford Tigers are actually going to go ahead and take a timeout, as we'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. The score on the Station on Main scoreboard.
On the field. Timeout has been called by the Milford Tigers. Their first timeout of the second half.
First timeout by the Milford Tigers is going to lead us into a break of our own. The Station on Main scoreboard leads 43-0. We'll go ahead and take a break as you are listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook.
Coming back to the broadcast now. Third quarter with a minute left. Sosi is going to throw the ball out to his right side intended for Barnes. One of the Barneses on the Milford team, number 11. Incomplete. As third down comes up, 3rd and 8 from the 25-yard line. Sadler Barnes, the intended receiver for Sosi. The third quarter is brought to you by the town of Randolph. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Sosi gets the snap and hands off to his running back, who goes right up the hole. Is shoestring tackle by our defensive tackle, Hayden Weston. Fourth and 7 coming up for the Milford Tigers, the 25-yard line. They're going to go ahead and line up for a field goal. This would be a 42-yard field goal for Dylan Ferguson. They're going to go ahead and stop play, though. Referees signal
that is the
time.
End of the third quarter.
The end of the third quarter. We'll go ahead and take a quick third quarter break as you've been listening to The Wildlife and a presentation of Rich Rebel football by Bear Lake Community Health Center and coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit.
Bringing you back to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty and Gary McKee. Beautiful homes with private sandy beachfront access can be yours. The kick from Ferguson is up and through. 42-yard field goal nailed by Dylan Ferguson of the Milford Tigers. Impressive kick and just yardage on that field goal, not often seen by a high school kicker. 46-0 is the reading on the Station on Main scoreboard in the fourth quarter. We're going to go ahead and thank Bear Lake Realty and Gary McKee. Beautiful homes with private sandy beachfront access can be yours at the Reserve. Log on to bearlakerealty.com. Thank you so much to Bear Lake Realty and all of our sponsors as we continue our coverage of the Rich Rebels. Late Friday night, August 20th, season opener for the Rebels. Cool, crisp air now as the sun dips behind our backs to the western front. Perfect temperature for football as the clouds allow for the moon to peek behind every once in a while. Not really affecting lighting on the field though, however, as Friday night lights can hardly be beat. Kickoff now from Milford. We have a new kicker out onto the field. That's Alex Montoya. Montoya pins the Rebels down in their own little corner in the southwest corner. Fielded by the Rebels, wrapped up after being pinned on the sideline. Trey Walker is going to get about 6 yards on the reception.
On the return.
Rich Rebel offense will come back out onto the field now.
Colton Barnes and Quade Thompson on the stop.
Here comes the Rich Rebel offense. Out again, pinned into their near their own end zone, where they're going to be starting off now at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 at the near sideline. Quarterback Hunter Pace leads his men out onto the field, lining up in a split back, 2 wide receivers to either side. Sends his man in motion. Trey Walker. Trey is going to be the distraction as the handoff up the middle is going to gain some yardage now for the Rich Rebels. 4 yards will be the number as the carry is taken by Riker Conk. Riker, the workhorse for the Rich Rebels, has been consistent this entire game, getting handoffs and at least 3 yards of carry almost every single time. As we can see now, Dylan Ferguson, the kicker, now lining up at cornerback, covering Levi Stonehouse on the near side of the field. Hunter Pace, under center again, trips to his left. He's going to step back and roll to his right. He's going to throw it down the field to his man, Carrillo. Carrillo is going to catch the ball. Carrillo, he's going to go all the way down to the 30-yard line, down the field to the middle, cuts across to the hash, down the sideline, touchdown for Carrillo. Carrillo's going to get that reception all the way down to the touchdown. We do have a little bit of laundry out on the field here. And we're getting the signal from the referee on the far side. It's going to be defensive holding. Declined by the Rich Rebels as Hunter Pace is going to find Riley Carrillo for a 75-yard touchdown strike on the right side. Got a step on his man and was able to make a move.
The result of the play is a touchdown. Prior to the touchdown, you got holding on the defense, 10-yard penalty. Rich has elected to take that penalty on the kickoff.
Rich is going to take that yardage penalty on the kickoff. Touchdown, Rich High School, as they score with about 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. 46-6 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Trey Walker lining up for his PAT. Hunter Pace with the little rollout, finding Riley Carrillo to his right side. Late substitution here as the Rebels try and find a gap to fill with a offensive lineman. Protection for PAT and Trey Walker. Walker toe punches it up and over the crossbar.
Trey Walker on the
Good.
point.
7-0 for Milford, as we'll go ahead and take a step aside after the first touchdown by Rich. This has been a presentation of Rich Rebel football, and you're listening to the Bear Lake Community Health coverage of it on 98.3 FM and video coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as the kickoff is slated here at the 50-yard line. Rich accepting the penalty yardage on the 75-yard touchdown throw from Hunter Pace to Riley Carrillo. Rich Rebels will kick off now from the 50-yard line. This kickoff brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Lisa Bell, clerk, sharing that Rich Rebel pride. Carrillo is going to go ahead and toe punch it up over the second line as Barnes tries to reel it in. Is just going to go ahead and take a knee at the 15-yard line on the far end.
No return on the kickoff.
No return from Barnes. Is going to have the Milford offense go back out onto the field. From the 15-yard line, fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Amber and Gary McKee, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in Bear Lake. Visit bearlakerealty.com for any of your Bear Lake Realty needs. Free safety Trey Walker now. Lined up way deep as a safety valve as Sosi mans his offense from the quarterback position, trips to his right. He's going to go ahead and immediately look that way. There was three receivers in the area, incomplete. It's going to fall as Barnes, Sadler Barnes, who is having a little bit of extra padding on his helmet here. He just threw into the vicinity of three of his wide receivers, and it was about 2 yards away from each of them, just on the ground out of reach. 46-7 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Fourth quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Keelan Sosi now trips again to his right. He's going to 7-step drop and throw way down the field to, with nobody there, nobody home, is going to fall incomplete. Falls helplessly to the turf around the 45-yard line. 7-step drop by Sosi. Tried to find a teammate down there, but nobody home. It's going to be third down now, 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line. With 8:30 left in the fourth quarter. Substitution now for the Milford Tigers. Brings a couple starters back out onto the field. Sosi still in at quarterback, trips to his right, this time a little bit more spread out. He's going to drop back, 7-step drop. Down the middle of the field, at the feet of a couple defenders.
Incomplete.
Going to fall just short at the feet of Riker Conk. Fourth down coming up now for the Milford Tigers, 3 and out after 3 straight incompletions by Sosi. 2 men to receive back at the 45-yard line of Rich. That's Max Perry and Trey Walker. Each of these fine young men hoping to make a return into Milford territory. Punter has his feet firmly planted right at the goal line here. He's going to get the snap. It's going to roll right in front of him. Barely get it off. A low kick. It's going to roll right to the feet of Max Perry, but take a dive at the 46-yard line. That's where Rich will pick up.
Rebels take over 1st and 10.
We'll go ahead and keep it here as the Rich offense hurries out onto the field. Go ahead and cap off this highlight from the 4th quarter. Hunter Pace finding Riley Carrillo on the right side after a little bit of a rollout to his right. Hits a man, Riley Carrillo in stride going for a 75-yard touchdown pass, which bring the first points of the season onto the scoreboard for Rich High School. Now again in a split pattern, 2 wide receivers to either side, running back behind him. Gonna get the pass and shovel it to Trey Walker. Gonna get wrapped up by Blake Barnes.
Trey Walker on the carry, stopped by Blake Barnes.
Blake Barnes doing it on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. Second down and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Rich Rebels. Hunter Pace, under center, sends a man, Max Perry, in motion. He's going to flip it to Max Perry. Max is going to cut it up after being cut off. Tackled for a loss for about 3 yards. Max Perry having troubles with cramps.
The run. Personal foul, illegal side block, offense 3, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second.
Second down will be replayed after running back Max Perry gets tackled for a loss. Illegal blindside block.
The previous penalty has been declined.
However, that penalty will be declined by the Milford Tigers as the Rebels run out, as 3rd and long is the situation that they face at the 41-yard line of the Milford Tigers. Here on the nearest hash, replacement for Max Perry has been put in as the Rebels huddle up for their 3rd and down play call. To the line of scrimmage, the offensive line find their footing and their spacing. Under center, Hunter Pace with 2 running backs behind him. In close, 1 wide receiver to his left and wide receiver wingman to his right. They're just going to hand it off to Trey Walker. Trey gets tripped up at the line and is going to fall forward for a positive net gain of about 2 yards.
Trey Walker on the carry, stopped by
4th and 10 coming up from the 45-yard line of Milford. 5 minutes remaining left in the 4th quarter. Brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Amber and Gary McKee, the most experienced and highest volume retailer in Bear Lake. Visit bearlakerealty.com. The Station on Main scoreboard reads 46-0 in the 4th quarter here. Hunter Pace in the shotgun. He's going to go ahead and step back. 5-step drop, looks deep. He's going to heave it down the right sideline. As both men jump up for the ball, it's going to fall incomplete. Trying to find Riley Carrillo near the 30-yard marker on the far sideline. Turnover on downs brings the Milford offense back out onto the field. Running clock. Milford will take off take up their offensive possession at the 45-yard line.
Keelan Sosi. Out on the field. Rich Rebels, timeout.
Rich is going to go ahead and take a timeout as we go ahead and take a timeout as well for an ad break. You've been watching a presentation of Rich Rebel football brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest power, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University.
Coming back really quickly into the fourth quarter now, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Milford Tigers, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line, is going to throw a bubble screen pass out here. The far side, it's going to be reeled in initially, but dropped incomplete.
This is incomplete.
Near the numbers here on the near sideline. That's Williams, the intended receiver by Sosi. Second down coming up for the Milford Tigers. Carrillo lined up here at the defensive end position on the open side of the field. Sosi's going to take the ball, look to his left initially, and throw it over the head of Sadler Barnes on the left side. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up. 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Special thanks to Bear Lake Realty for sponsoring this fourth quarter. Proud sponsor of the Rich High Rebels. Sosi now, 3rd and 10, coming up from his 45-yard line. He's going to roll out to his right initially, get a block. He's going to cut up the field and get wrapped up by Trey Walker. Trey is going to drive him backwards near the side of the numbers here, near the side.
Stop by Trey Walker.
4th down coming up for the Milford Tigers. Sosi trying to find a hole between his guard and tackle on the rollout here. Not able to get away from Trey Walker, as he is now lined up to receive the punt. Low snap, and off is the kick. They're going to be flag on the play as near the kicker. It's going to be downed at the 30-yard line.
You're roughing the punter. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
It's not going to matter much, that punt, because the Rich Rebels are called for roughing the punter. As we see Bo Hardy, starting quarterback for the Milford Tigers, roll back out onto the field with about 2 minutes left. Out come the Milford Tigers at the Rich Rebel 40-yard line. They're going to go ahead and line up in victory formation. Bo Hardy under center. They're going to go ahead and let the White Hat tick off the final seconds before an absolute necessary play, as the quarterback Bo Hardy is going to take a knee. That's probably going to wrap it up here for our coverage of the Milford and Rich game. Our Rich Rebels coming down here to Milford are going to fall to the Milford Tigers, as the station on main scoreboard is going to read 7-46. We'll go ahead and do these last couple plays with the running clock in the fourth quarter, sponsored by Bear Lake Realty. long travel for the Rich Rebels, as the Rebels will start off 0-1 on the season, unfortunately. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter as they will begin to tick off. Quarterback Bo Hardy going to take that last knee as it will run off the time here. 7-46 is your final as the Milford Tigers take down the Rich Rebels on the season opener down here in Milford, Utah. Perfect weather for Friday Night Lights. We're going to go ahead and step aside here as we go into our post-game coverage and our ad break. This has been a presentation of Rich Rebel football, thanks to
Those of you who are traveling,
Bear Lake Community Health Center for presenting this Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome, Rebel fans, to our post-game show and post-game diagnostics. Brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation an epic one with rentals at Bear Lake from Epic Recreation. Visit epicrecreation.net
Whether you're
today.
kicking up dust in the hills, making waves.
First up on our post-game show today, let's talk about some post-game diagnostics sponsored by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need repair, take it to the ones who truly care. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the air attack from Milford. Just a little too much for the Rich Rebels to handle at this point in the season opener. The Milford Tigers able to have a game under their belt before coming into this. Diagnostics conclude that both the air attack and the run game provided by by Blake Barnes and his 4 touchdowns on the ground and through the air with the help of Bo Hardy contributed to the win for Milford. Rich High School able to provide a little bit of a ground game provided by Riker Conk. The consistency of Riker Conk, as well as quarterback Hunter Pace on the ground and of the air. Both of these fine young gentlemen leading their offensive production on the Rich Rebel team in passing and rushing respectively. Look forward to each of these young gentlemen leading the Rich Rebels in passing from the quarterback position as well as rushing. being able to stay in there throughout the entirety of the game and move forward, and diagnostics conclude that the rushing game and passing game will continue to grow for the Rich Rebels as each of these young men had a fine performance tonight, even within the loss to Milford, being down 7-46. You're listening to the Epic Recreation postgame show. We'll go ahead and next we'll pick up the precision play of the game after this short break.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome to the Epic Recreation post-game show. Thank you for joining us. Right now, let's talk a little bit about the precision play of the game, sponsored by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. The precision play of the game is going to go to a 75-yard pass from Hunter Pace, quarterback, finding his man Riley Carrillo on the right side. At the beginning of the fourth quarter here, it's going to go 75 yards as Hunter Pace takes the snap and rolls back from his left to his right, sets up and finds Carrillo in stride, and off to the races Carrillo will go. A foot race to the end zone is going to lead to the first touchdown of the Rich Rebels football season. Again, that pass 75 yards from Hunter Pace to Riley Carrillo is going to be our precision play of the game. The precision play of the game has been brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham in Evanston, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today, 307-789-8910. The final score today on the Station on Main scoreboard was 46-7 as Milford takes down the Rich Rebels in their season opener down here in Milford, Utah. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on the Wildlife, and coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Epic Recreation post-game show. We're going to go ahead now and talk a little bit about the player of the game. The player of the game has been brought to you by Epic Recreation and their post-game show. The player of the game will go ahead to Riley Carrillo for the 75-yard touchdown reception. Not only that reception, but consistency on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball by Riley Carrillo allowed for the Rebels to be competitive for most of this game and to show a lot of Rich Rebel pride in how they went out and played the Milford Tigers tonight. Riley Carrillo mostly remembered this game for the 75-yard touchdown reception from Hunter Pace at the beginning of the fourth quarter. On the strike, and off to the races he went. Player of the game will go to Riley Carrillo. Final score again on the Station on Main scoreboard was 46-7. You're listening to the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Radio at mylocalradio.com.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Welcome back now, Rich Rebel fans, for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. In case you're just tuning in, you missed a game with the Rich Rebels that was their season opener, unfortunately defeated by the Milford Tigers. A score of 46-7 is your final. The Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, today's action in Evanston and Rock Springs, where gourmet sandwiches meet fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street in Evanston, Freaky Fast. Freaky Fresh. We'll go ahead and start off by the opening kickoff taken by Blake Barnes. At the very beginning of the first quarter, taken all the way to the house, a 65-yard return from Blake Barnes. And the Rich Rebels struggled a little bit on offense tonight and giving the ball back to the Milford Tigers multiple times, including 4 total touchdowns by Blake Barnes with the help of his quarterback, Bo Hardy, and the rest of his offensive line. Later on in the game, after the offensive production by the Milford Tigers, the Rich Rebels were able to connect on their first touchdown of the game from quarterback Hunter Pace, finding wide receiver and all-around utility man Riley Carrillo for a 75-yard touchdown pass, leading finally to our final score. 46-7, Rich will fall in their season opener here in Milford. This has been today's Freaky Fast game recap, made possible by Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs. Freaky Fresh, Freaky Fast every day. Stay informed and stay tuned for the school calendar event update for this coming week, brought to you by the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. The final score on the station on main scoreboard today was 46-7, as the Rich Rebels will fall to the Milford Tigers. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on the Wildlife and at mylocalradio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
We'll go ahead and move into our final portion. We want to thank the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau for helping us stay up to date on what's coming up this week with the calendar update portion of our Epic Recreation post-game show. Promoting Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your next vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. Coming up on the school district this upcoming week, a couple sporting events now, as the girls volleyball team will take on Kemmer on August 26th at 7 p.m. And the day after, you will see Rich Rebel football again at 7 p.m. on August 27th down at Gunnison Valley. Make sure to stop by for lots of community events, as there are many things happening in the city of Randolph as well as the school district. Look forward to play production and band practices coming up. This brings today's Epic Recreation post-game show to an end. Make your next vacation an epic one with year-round rentals from Epic Recreation at beautiful Bear Lake. This calendar update was brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your next vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. This has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this video production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Once again, the score on the station on main scoreboard today was Milford taking the win 46-7 over the Rich Rebels. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com. We'll see you next week's game, and stay tuned at any time as we look forward to more Rich Rebel sports. This has been Cody Olsen signing off, saying good luck and go Rebels.